Well, hello and welcome to, I feel like I need a chorus of trumpets here, episode number 50. 50. Episode number 50 of the Daily Sales Message podcast, where each and every single day for at least the last 50 days in a row, we've not run out of any ideas just yet, we give you a piece of simple, actionable advice that's designed to help you sell more stuff and feel more confident too. If you're new around here, my name is James Newell. I teach people how to sell for a living, and for me it comes in two parts. The first part is having a clear sales message. People have to know what you're trying to sell to them. And the second part is having selling confidence, the ability to navigate a selling situation comfortably and confidently. In this episode, this momentous episode, number 50 of the Daily Sales Message, we are talking about over communication. And specifically, this comes down to when people have bought from you. So this falls firmly into the retaining buyers and giving them a good service and looking after them territory rather than attracting people. Because if you over communicate with people before they've paid you money, it can be quite off-putting, can be a bit overbearing, bit spammy, bit overwhelming, bit too much. However, when somebody is your client, then over-communicating with them can be really useful. And I'll give you an example. I recently went on holiday to France, and I took a P&O ferry. I drove my car there with my roof box on top, feeling like a real grown-up for a change, and we drove to France on a P&O ferry. I booked my tickets. Earlier this year, I had a confirmation email from P&O confirming everything. Not long after that, I had an email from them giving me guides for how to get on the ferry and what to do and guides for France and this and that. Shortly before our trip, I had a reminder text message and a reminder email reminding me where the port was, how to get there, what time, what to do, what not to do, etc. On the day of the ferry, same thing. After the ferry, how was it? Got an email, was it any good? Give us some feedback, win a prize. And then when we did the return journey, exactly the same thing. I must have had upwards of 10 to 15 different communications from them in the form of text messages and or emails. For most people, that could be a little bit annoying. They wouldn't even bother to read them. But I was fascinated because P&O did a really, really good job of answering all of the potential questions that I had and making me really aware of where I needed to be at what time, so the journey was as smooth as possible and there were no unknowns. So their over communication removed risk for me and made me feel really good about my purchase and being a customer of theirs. And it was a very pleasant crossing, straightforward. I mean, how great can a ferry crossing be? It was absolutely fine, and that was it. But their over-communication really stood out for me, and I personally appreciated it. Now, I know not everybody's going to be as sad as I am and appreciate those kind of things, but I think in the main, we appreciate it when people really take the time to explain this is what's going to happen, this is what to expect, this is what to do, what not to do, so we're fully prepared. And even if we don't read the email when we get it, we'll certainly have a look at it when something goes wrong or we've got a question, we're equipped. So, your task today is to think about, with your current clients, with new clients, when you onboard them, how could you over-communicate with them? How could you make them feel really loved and special and important? Tell them everything they need to know, give them access to everything they need to have access to, but make them feel like buying from you was a really, really good decision. Because certainly if I'd have booked that ferry crossing and I'd have got an email just saying, here are your tickets, see you soon, and then that was it, it's nothing to write home about. But the fact that they sent me lots of information that was very useful, information on the destination, all this other kind of stuff that I need, I thought that was really cool and I appreciated it. And yeah, I'll definitely use them again, pretty much for that reason, because they cared and they gave me what I needed. For them, it was about more than the ferry journey. It was about my actual trip to France, what else I might be doing. Obviously, within that, they're trying to sell me car hire and Airbnb and all sorts of other stuff. Yes, I get that. But there was a lot of useful information in there, which was really worthwhile. So today, think about how you can do the same thing for your buyers, your clients, but once they've bought, not beforehand, because if you over-communicate before somebody's bought, it can scare them away. But once people have bought, how can you over-communicate all the information they need to make them feel important, loved, and cared for? Well, that's it for this episode, number 50 of the Daily Sales Message. Tomorrow, episode number 51. I feel like we're really turning a corner here. 51. The title is a single word, and that word is bump. Bump. We will talk about, as always, I have to make these things slightly difficult to understand and intriguing, so I can get you to come on back and listen to the next episode, but all will be revealed tomorrow, episode number 51 of the Daily Sales Message. In the meantime, if we're not already connected on LinkedIn, please connect with me, shoot me a DM, tell me what you like, what you don't like, ask me a question, and I may well answer it someday soon on another edition of the Daily Sales Message.